Now I'll request Mr. Rajkumar Kamar to kindly take over.
Thank you very much, Mudit, and thank you all, the friends from the media and press, for being here at our request. Uh, while we have given you the details in a press note, there is something that I thought we would talk about, basically in terms of how this whole event is happening. But before that, uh, you must be wondering, what is Laghu Udyog Bharti? So to tell us more about it, I am requesting Ravinji to please tell us more about Laghu Udyog Bharti.
Laghu Udyog Bharti is the only all India organization spread in all states of India and more than 786 branches all over India. The main intention of Laghu Udyog Bharti's foundation is, as Mudit correctly said, that not only India, MSME is a growth engine everywhere in the world. The second largest employment creator in India after the farm sector. 40% contribution in manufacturing sector, 50% contribution in export. These are the achievements from the MSME sector for our nation's economy. Laghu Udyog Bharti has been founded in 1994, almost 28 years back, to organize all MSMEs throughout the nation. When I started my industry in 1986 in Pune, we MSMEs come together. There are so many local organizations throughout India, in every district, in every MIDCs or GIDCs. But when issues come to state government and central government, fortunately Goa is lucky because state government is approachable distance wise and connect wise. But like Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, the big states, state capital is so long for the other districts. It is difficult to reach the local organization to the central state level machinery, state level ministers, and central level ministry and administration. In view of that, Laghu Udyog Bharti has decided to focus on policy advocacy, policy intervention, and procedural improvement which can help the MSMEs for ease of doing business. And I'm happy to say that Laghu Udyog Bharti has more than 19 central government committees representation throughout the nation. Even MSME ministry has been float with the consistent follow-up Laghu Udyog Bharti since 1994, and it is come into, and the MSME ministry has been formed in the Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government 2002. Right? The first minister was Vasundhara Raje Scindia that time. And on MSME ministry's board, there are 13 members out of 19 board members. 13 are Laghu Udyog Bharti's members, and every government, which party, it does not mean, does not concern Laghu Udyog Bharti which party is in ruling in state level or central level. But every party believes that Laghu Udyog Bharti's spread and depth in the nation in all strata of the MSMEs, all sectors of MSMEs, whether it is software to mechanical engineer, service sector, we have a reach and we have a real-time data, actual data we have, and we have passed on to the state government and central government and asked them to form a policy in the interest of MSMEs. The problems local level organization can solve easily. They focus basically on problems, but Laghu Udyog Bharati's focus is on only growth and growth. If growth is there, problems become small or reduced gradually by the machinery, by the environment created by the MSMEs, it reduces gradually. We believe in that. Laghu Udyog Bharati believe that we don't want confrontation to anybody, whether ruling party or administrator. We believe to cooperative, we believe to dialogue, we believe to convince them. And last 28 years experience, we observe that and we experience that only dialogue and a reasonable solution, pragmatic solution, considering the interest of government, understanding the limitations of the government and government machinery, we always suggest the suggestions and the procedures in the interest of MSMEs to grow. Even Laghu Udyog Bharati has a representation in ILO, International Labour Organization, which is a part of and we advocate there the problem of MSMEs employees. This much credit Laghu Udyog Bharati has earned due to its hard work, studious work, and I think in brief what Laghu Udyog Bharati is doing, I try to put in front of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ravinji. So, as Ravinji said, two things which I would like to highlight once again is earlier there was no, before 2002, there was no MSME ministry at the center. It was industries and commerce. While government wanted to focus on MSME, but it was not happening because it was getting into a bigger basket where other industries were also there. So it is their efforts, their push that resulted into the independent MSME ministry being formed at the central government, in the center. Now, as he mentioned, in the MSME board at the center, out of more than 50% of the board members are from Laghu Udyog Bharati, from different areas, different regions of India, they are being represented, and therefore the pulse of MSME is being heard at the MSME board through these members. Coming to Goa, if we have all the time been hearing about ease of doing business and the issues that are faced, I do believe Goa State Industries Association as well as GCCI is doing a good job of engaging the government on these issues. And I can already see quite a few of these issues are slowly getting sorted out thanks to the efforts from their side. But taking up issues related to the central government as well as the coordination that is required between the state and center, that is activity that we as Laghu Udyog Bharati Goa would like to do, since we do have enough presence and connects the Laghu Udyog Bharati India at the center as well. So that would be our focus area. That means working with the center and coordinating the state and central related topics and subjects. State government has got some good schemes for the benefit of MSMEs, and especially you must have heard about that umbrella scheme. So it has got good schemes. Similarly, central government too has a lot of schemes, but many of the MSMEs in Goa are not aware of these schemes and are not utilizing the schemes to the fullest. So we believe that we would be able to spread the awareness of these various initiatives and programs of the central government, which the MSMEs could utilize for their growth. And besides, of course, so therefore, our purpose and our objective would be growth of MSMEs. Uh, that is what we would be focusing on. And when we talk about growth, when we talk about MSME rather, it is micro, small, medium enterprises. We would not like micro to remain micro. We would like micro to move and become small, small to become medium, and medium to become large, because that is what we want things, the growth to happen as far as MSMEs are concerned. And therefore, our efforts would be to have programs and initiatives which will be focusing on growth. And accordingly, this Goa MSME Adhiveshan, its whole tagline or the focus is going to be growth of MSMEs. In this program, we will be talking about various opportunities that will be available to Goa MSMEs in particular, both from public sector as well as private sector, including exports. We will be also talking about the need for branding, the need for using technology for growth, the need for, identifying non-conventional sources of funds. So the whole focus is going to be growth. Okay, so these are the things. We have a lot of state as well as national leaders attending it. We have Mr. Narayan Rane, the Union Minister for MSME, attending. We have the State Minister for Finance, who also looks after banking, Mr. Dr. Bhagwat Karad, who will be there. Besides, of course, from the state, we'll be having the Chief Minister as well as our Industries Minister. There will be others as well, but I just named a few. We have, in order to ensure that we give the right knowledge, not one time, and we are not looking at this as a one-time event, but this is a start of continuously giving inputs and hand-holding MSMEs for growth. And therefore, we are having MSMEX, an organization which is focused on MSMEs and adding value through their inputs in terms of managing the business of MSMEs as knowledge partners. So MSMEX will be our knowledge partners, and they will continue to handhold the MSMEs, whoever are interested, so that they can take them to the next level. So that is what we will be doing. So the event is not an end in itself, but it is a start of this process, this journey of the growth of MSMEs. That's our focus. In fact, as of today, as of now, more than 360, we had planned for about 500 registrations. More than 360 registrations have already happened. Okay, we would like to touch and impact as many MSMEs as possible, as many businesses who are interested in growing as possible. And as I told you again, this is only going to be a start, and we will be continuously hand-holding the MSMEs so that they could grow. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Friends, we have also invited all the association heads like Goa Chambers, CII, GSI, TTAG, everybody for this event. And as Rajkumar just told you, almost 360, this was as in the morning. I think now we may have just added more. We are looking at least 500 plus MSME members to be part of this event. We are having this event at the Darbar Hall at the Raj Bhavan. And
we actually require your help in spreading this awareness so that we can maximize the participation and therefore value addition to more and more MSMEs.
Basically, this Adhiveshan is totally planned for focus on learn, network and grow. For growth and benefit of our MSME members, we have partnered with MSME X as our knowledge partners, and we have lined up wonderful expert speakers, starting with Dr. Rajat Srivastav, who is director for EEPC India, and he is going to talk about how to export. Similarly, we have other speakers from MSME X, Mr. Amit Kumar, who is a co-founder and CEO of MSME X, a very serial entrepreneur and angel investor, with who will be highlighting on the series of Unlock 20x value through equity fundraising. We also have Mr. Ameya Mohani, who is an IIM alumnus and a leading brand consultant with 15 years of experience, who will be highlighting on the points of brand weapon for SME growth. Similarly, one of my favorite is Mr. Keval Kishan, who is a business administration coach and a TEDx speaker, who is going to focus on the panel discussion for business process automation, basically using technology for the growth of MSME in terms of productions or in terms of sales, marketing and all. So he is one of the wonderful speakers whom we have lined up with. And evening we will be also having locally our GSIA President Damodar Pochkar and other dignitaries who will be deliberating upon the action plan for the growth of MSME in Goa. So there will be a panel discussion moderated by Mr. Harsh Bhatkuli from Business Goa, who is also our magazine partner, and this is lined up for evening. I would now like to request Mr. Rakesh Kumar.
I think two more speakers that we would like to talk about are our own Mr. Nitin Kukalekar, who as the president of MAT has seen the business situation at the national level at a very close quarters. He has analyzed the sort of developments that are happening in Goa and around Goa, and therefore he is best placed to talk about the opportunities during the what we call as the Amrit Kal now, okay, in terms of the way Goa is getting connected through the bridges, through the airports, and through the roads that are getting constructed. Besides, of course, the opportunities which are coming through because of various tie-ups India is having with different countries, including Australia just now. So he would be talking about that in terms of opportunities. We also have Mr. Ajay Thakur, the head of BSc SME and Startup division, who will be talking about how SMEs could unlock the value of their business by going in for the IPO, the SME IPO. So these are some of the additional speakers that would be there, and therefore we have a plethora of experts talking, and the focus of course is on growth.
Hello, I'm Rakesh Kumar. I'm representing Punjab National Bank. I'm Assistant General Manager and I'm Head of Credit for Retail and MSME segment for the whole state of Goa from the Punjab National Bank. Punjab National Bank is second largest bank of India. We hold more than 20 lakh crores business. We have more than 10,000 delivery channels and an employee strength of more than 1 lakh. Our bank prime focus area is retail and agriculture and MSME segment. The bank has a very lucrative scheme on MSME and all, and we certainly dedicated and committed to increase the credit growth of MSME segment for the state of Goa. There is a huge potential in the state of Goa. The CD ratio of Goa is still 30%. For developing states, it should be more than 50 to 60%. I'm happy to share that Punjab National Bank has a CD ratio of more than 50% in this segment. We are honored to be associated with Laghu Udyog Bharti and acting as a title sponsor for Goa MSME ADHIVESHAN. Our Executive Director, Mr. Vijay Dubey, he'll be gracing the occasion. We'll have him here on the occasion, and it will be great handholding for them. This initiative will be a great handholding for the MSMEs, small MSME units to upgrade, and as I said, right from MSME they should be moving forward to large corporate. I am very much looking forward towards the SME IPO venture, and I'll be personally attending that. And thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rakesh Kumar, for confirming the presence of your Executive Director, Mr. Ajay Dubey. Thank you very much.
So thank you everyone. I would like to thank our partner, that's Punjab National Bank, our diamond partner, State Bank of India, Platinum partner, CDB for the gold partner. Beside this, Canara Bank, Union Bank of India, Kotak Mahindra Bank, MSME X Knowledge partner. We would also like to thank for their support, especially EP Kamath Group, VV Foods, Suraj Star, Business Goa magazine partner, Grid for the networking partner, and all media press partner. Goa News Hub, Pudhari, Tarun Bharat, Gomantak, The Naveen Times, Goa Prism, Prudent Media, Nitya Samay, APN, Goa Vartha, UNI, Goa Times, Goan Varta Live, Such News, Eyes Goa News, Voice of Goa. I would like to thank once again all the media partners for coming over here. Any question and answer? Yes.
Yeah, we would be starting the membership now. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. So if you look at Laghu Udyog Bharati India, okay, we have got a membership base of 40,000 plus throughout India. As far as Goa is concerned, we are just launching the chapter. We presently have about 40 members, and we hope more, once people see the value, more and more MSMEs would join. Okay. In fact, this is a starting point from where we are starting.
Who can be the member of the
Yeah, of Laghu Udyog Bharati.
Yeah.
As far as the event is concerned, the Goa MSME Adhiveshan, any business person who would like to grow can be a part. Okay, that is as far as the Adhiveshan or the event is concerned. Okay. While as far as the membership is concerned, our membership is focused on manufacturing MSMEs as well as services which service providers who provide service to the manufacturing units. So it is that. So for example, the hotels or hospitality will not be a part of it. So this will be focused on this as far as membership is concerned. But as far as the Adhiveshan is concerned, the whole idea is to add value. So any businessman who sees value in what we are offering is most welcome to attend.
Yeah, can you just brief the membership about we can be the members, service sector and
You want me to repeat?
yeah.
Yeah.
What exactly?
Okay. For example, I'm into manufacture of FRP doors and manufacture of biodigesters. So I can be a member. Okay. He's into manufacture of concrete products. He can be a member. Now, if we look at there are peoples, for example, as far as Manoj or for that matter Mandar is concerned, they are providing IT related services to manufacturing, so they can be members as well. Okay, which is focused on manufacturing services which are focused on manufacturing.
So besides this, now let's say we are also into industrial equipments providing. So now a lot of manufacturers would require certain equipments which are to be provided. It could be chillers, it could be cooling towers, it could be with regards to their complete like how we were speaking about earlier, hardware requirements. So all those who fall under service providers to the manufacturers, okay, they can also be members. And ideally, as it stands for Laghu Udyog, so Udyog generally stands for manufacturers. So our primary membership focus would be manufacturers, and secondary would be to service providers who can also benefit by being members and part of the same community.
What kind of manufacturers? Manufacturers.
Any manufacturer.
So by definition, any manufacturer who's under MSME, and the definition as per the government is micro, small and medium. So medium is up to a turnover of 250 crores and an investment of plant and machinery 50 crores. So anyone below that and is registered MSME can be a part of our organization.
What would be the problems for the MSMEs to define some of the problems?
Yeah, so the whole thing is we want to change the mindset. Okay. Already GSI, GCCI are focusing on the various issues faced by MSMEs. We would like to just look at the space which is of growth oriented. Okay, so how can we help MSMEs grow? Because what happens is, what we have realized is, when a company grows, the problems which they were feeling are big start becoming smaller because they have already grown. Okay, so the whole idea is to focus on growth. Of course, we will be supporting GSI and GCCI in taking up whatever the issues are in terms of ease of doing business. Mainly, one of the major issues as far as MSME is concerned, which we have generally come across, is ease of doing business. But a lot of things are slowly getting straightened out, and hopefully 2023 we'll see a lot of good things happening on this front.
Taxation, GST, any reason of GSTs for MSMEs?
I do not think it is because if you know GST there is input. Once you purchase something, you can get input credit for it, and then when you are selling something, you are giving a GST bill. But when you are paying the tax, you are in a position to minus the input credit which you are taking, and therefore what you ultimately pay is not something extraordinary, and there is no use if, for example, if for MSMEs 5% is the instead of 18% it comes to 5%. Okay, but your input cost is in any case 18%. It really doesn't help much. Okay, so already I think we have come to a situation where the tax rates are more or less set in. Okay, a few areas which needed some attention are being addressed, and what's very important is the council, the GST council, which is formed of so many state ministers as well as the central minister, is very I would say alive to the problems being faced, and they are being taken care of in various meetings which are being held. So that's as far as this is. We want to say.
Just to add to this, actually, with regards to GST as it comes under the central government, so Laghu Udyog Bharati also, I mean, like, this is just a Goa chapter, and at the national level, so some of the things already mentioned in the press note also is what we've done is the One Nation, One Tax was the demand of Laghu Udyog Bharati since its inception. And Laghu Udyog Bharati actually had a representation on the GST Council before the rollout of the GST. In fact, the composite scheme limit was increased from 20 lakh rupees to the current 1.5 crores by the constant request of Laghu Udyog Bharati. So on so forth, there are multiple requests at the national level. So how Laghu Udyog Bharati functions is, from the state level, like sometime last year, we've had multiple visits in industrial estates and met multiple industrialists, understood from them what are the pain points which are there in the Goan sector, and as Mr. Rajkumar Kamath has already said, for the state level there are already organizations, but whatever is required to be communicated at the central level, this goes back at the national level, and there is a national representation which then goes to the ministry, and from there we take care of it.
Very good question you asked. Very good question. Yeah. Three problems always arise in front of MSMEs. First is delayed payment. Second is easily available finance. And you talk about the GST. As Mudit correctly said, due to our consistent and rigorous efforts, the composite scheme was followed by central government for the small manufacturers. Initially, it was 20 lakhs but now it is 1.5 CR. And in view of delayed payment, trade platform has been floated by the continuous follow-up and suggestion by the Lagudyog Bharati, which is different than the bill discounting facility from the banks. Trade platforms which companies above 500 CR turnover should register with the trade platform, and which supplier to the company who has a turnover more than 500 CR should also get registered with the trade platform. He will get immediate payment after submitting the accepted invoice by their customer. So this big achievement for delayed payment has been resolved by the Lagudyog Bharati trade platform. Second, there is always dispute regarding the payment issues between the supplier and the customer. For that, the facilitation council has been floated by the state level and central level government. The facilitation council in Maharashtra is called the Samadhan portal. So the chambers or MSME organization will be the member of the facilitation council. Government side, the DICs, GM or some director will be the member of the council. And from the customer side, there is also one representative, and they come together, sit together, and find a amicable solution in the disputed matter of the payment of the MSMEs. And for delayed payment, 45 days is mandatory for the big companies. They have to mention in their audit report that these are MSMEs whose payment is got delayed more than 45 days. It is mandatory. But now we are appealing to the government, central government, that make it mandatory legally that they will pay MSMEs within a 45 days. So the liquidity problem of the MSMEs, the cash flow problem of the MSMEs, the interest burden of the MSMEs will be reduced. So, as you correctly asked the question, the delayed payment is the major issue. Being a businessman for the last 36 years, I have observed it. Throughout India, there is a problem of delayed payment, and the small companies will become NPAs, and probably they close their businesses. So we focus on the delayed payment, and the term loan available from the banks. The CGTMSE scheme has been floated by the central government. In the era of Manmohan Singh, it was initially 25 lakh, then it became 50 lakhs, then it 1 crore, then it is 2 crore. The CGTMSE, without a collateral security, bank will give loan to the MSMEs. So this is a big achievement from the Lagudyog Bharati.
I'll just explain. Composite scheme, what we sir was talking about, is for units, micro units whose turnover is up to 1.5 crores. Okay, they just have to pay 1% GST. Then there is no input or etc. Just pay 1%. So this simplified and they do not have. So which was earlier 20 lakhs, it has been increased to.
Does Lagudyog Bharati helps in any new ventures, means any small scale industries or something?
Listen, Lagudyog Bharati as an NGO, a Section 8 company, non-profit making company, running by entrepreneurs of MSMEs who have their own family and their businesses. Out of that, they spare their time and money in the interest of the MSME community. We all India level office bearer, state level office bearer, zonal level office bearer, travel across their demarcated area, which responsibility they have been given, and in touch with the MSMEs, getting the feedback, what are the issues, but our focus is to change the mindset, because problem when we come to the our journey as a human being in the planet, there are always a problem. But if you talk always a problem हमें पकड़ के बैठता है. हम ऐसा सोचते हैं कि लघु उद्योग भारती के सभी MSMEs ने यही सोचना चाहिए कि प्रॉब्लम कंसिडर टू बी एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम, देयर मस्ट बी अपॉर्चुनिटी. We are there to change the mindset of the MSMEs, and of course we are there to making the ease of doing business for MSMEs. And since the digital era has been introduced, so much activities by the government, many formalities have been available on the portal. You just go and fill up a form. Within 2 to 5 minutes you will have a Udyog Aadhaar registration. All is on digital platform available. So when I started in 86, there was so paperwork and so many taxes, and due to GST only single tax, I am so much happy. The humor interface, even in income tax, if there is scrutiny, no human interface is there. It is system wise, it is allocated by anywhere in any state. Nobody knows that who will operate the case, who will scrutinize the case. So this is a very secretive system. There is no one harass or exploit the income taxpayer. So this digital technology, and when it is spread down to the MSMEs, I think all problem will be resolved gradually.